programs are ye dear Guhono, a bedu baby no, ye back crank or for Fiamanone, no more yet to my Ghana.
Now, Dr. Baumia, but since Ghana, no, am I yet? It's a crowd credit for the about our drama, and you want the prayer. A Juma, Dr. Baumia,
na say Juma Assam Nayaka, new patriotic party. Programs are ye dear Guhono, a bedu baby no, ye back crank or for Fiamanone, no more yet to my Ghana.
Now, Dr. Baumia, but since Ghana, no, am I yet? It's a crowd credit for the about our drama, and you want the prayer. A Juma, Dr. Baumia,
na say Juma Assam Nayaka, new patriotic party. Programs are ye dear Guhono, a bedu baby no, ye back crank or for Fiamanone, no more yet to my Ghana.
Now, Dr. Baumia, but since Ghana, no, am I yet? It's a crowd credit for the about our drama, and you want.
What was that in Humawi? A friend Agyapadie. That writer.
Kwame Nkrumah no. That's your Kwame Nkrumah.
Oh, you're for sure, or you're dead gold.
Otumfo said you are arrogant.
Now,
He can't hide the arrogance. You can insult me. Nkrumah's ghost would have knocked him down.
This is the worst vice president we have seen ever in the history of Ghana.
What was that in Humawi? A friend Agyapadie. That writer.
Kwame Nkrumah no. That's your Kwame Nkrumah.
Oh, you're for sure, or you're dead gold.
Otumfo said you are arrogant.
Now,
He can't hide the arrogance. You can insult me. Nkrumah's ghost would have knocked him down.
This is the worst vice president we have seen.
All right, I was for me more about about 1 hour with Munufio. So we did say in some ebo by na wate. Na some kind John Wodu ka say Juma wasem kwan ye kan dia New Patriotic Party. Ebedu mrebi no. Omo be kra nipa ba Ghana be ye adwuma. Na surprisingly no. Napo enso aka the same thing. Eda chere Ghana for me pacho mama sense to be immunity ni ye.
Na say Juma Assam Nayaka, new patriotic party. Programs are ye dear Guhono, a bedu baby no, ye back crank or for Fiamanone, no more yet to my Ghana.
Now, Dr. Baumia, but since Ghana, no, am I yet? It's a crowd credit for the about our drama, and you want the prayer.
All right. It's in a ponzo say. Ebedu mrebino and that Dr. Baumia's administration Ghana be kranipa if we be ma be yedwuma Ghana. But ne refi say John Bodu can the same thing abera na do dan Kwaku Boahen ene Baumia ewo administration mo no. What na po is telling us say John Bodu de no a materialize ama adwuma bu Ghana enti ono ne Baumia administration so no ye be kranipa aba Ghana be yedwuma. These are not my words. Say, Obekaya, this is how we do politics here in Ghana now. Me pacho, as I've indicated, we're going to start with some international news. Okay, Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un and North Korea for leader. Surprisingly, no, North Korea for leader. Flooding base in North Korea. Among North Korea for leader. Hey, and also Agyapadie, also no Agyapadie, no. Or inspect a Juma or North Korea, but young quite fast or inspect flood in the season and a quite fast alcohol.
전선의 영향으로 재난적인 강수량이 기록되고 발생하여 적지 않은 시군들을 휩쓸었습니다. 김성은 동지께서는 고무단정에 오르시어 기용 지물을 알아볼 수 없을 정도로 깊숙이 잠겨든 침경지들이 입은 최근 평안북도와 자강도를 비롯한 일부 지역들에서 큰 물과 팠습니다. 근 3천 정도의 농경지를 비롯하여 수많은 공공건물들과 자연의 재난보다 더 위험하며 국가의 번영 발전과 인민의 생명 수호, 우리 일꾼들의 당성, 혁명성, 인민성을 기정사실화된 오늘에 와서도 방심과 해이에 사로잡혀 있는 필수적이며 선차적인 문제로 나서고 있습니다. 인민들에게 보다 훌륭한 삶의 터전을 안겨주실 결심을 가셨습니다.
Enti North Korea leader Kim Jong-un etna ordinary boat so edit po no so the other side akɔ nipa aka hɔ no na sɛbe waboa omo na me ba chose wiase nyina munim Kim Jong Un yonko pa Russian President Vladimir Putin. Kim Jong Un adam for pile wo wiase Russian President Vladimir Putin. Na say Putin kwachia Kim Jong Un na kache osiminia oya ade ma me no ntwa cruise kakra. Enti ma Kim Jong Un any Putin enjoy personal ride omumbi nko a with no security. Wa cho yenko hwe no so.
금수산 영빈관 정원 구역에서 시간을 함께 보내시며 친교를 도터히 하셨습니다. 김성은 동지께서는 선물 받은 승용차의 성능을 높이 평가하시며 훌륭한 차를 선물로 받은 데 대하여 다시금 대통령 동지에게 사의를 표하셨습니다. 푸틴 대통령 동지는 이에 사의를 표시했습니다. 금수산 용빈관 정원에서 푸틴 대통령 동지에게 우리나라의 국견인 풍산깨 한 쌍을 선물하셨습니다. 푸틴 8사장에서 평양으로 이어진 뜻깊은 상봉과 회담을 통하여 새 시대 상과 목표 실현을 위한 중요한 문제들에서 만족한 교내 일치를 이룩한 데 대하여 평가하시고 훌륭한 역사와 전통을 기반으로 하는 조로 설린 우호 관계를 두 나라 인민들의 지향과 염원에 부응하는 새로운 높은 단계로 계속 활력 있게 추동해 나갈 의지를 피력하셨습니다.
Well, that is Kim Jong Un and Russian President Vladimir Putin. We twa cruise we twi kakra na ma shift na we so je twi kakra chi say my uncle fan dey etamu Putin. On say we are saying these are two strong leaders we are saying yeah, America. I don't know say Putin could have first and say American but Kim Jong Un there and what to say or alliance man or Obokona. On the attacking and quite a that is his best friend. Anyway, that is international news for us. That is how we're gonna start everything these days. Now, if I chose someone kai a guru. Guru and say Kobo Nyomal, Haji the Tabamud Baumia Medici and Bamau, Baumia Medici and Bamau. Guru ko jina so ko stande SRC president Legona a kicking it out. Madam get out, won't qualify. A kicking Guru out madam for won't qualify. But if you two Guru for Guru ye me yonko pa o. Ni Guru nyina fini bona half ntie ya yonko pa. Na Guru de ko ba Mahmoud ba mi an two Guru for say hey masa. The losing team out don ko ba na papa we out don ko ba no. Ubenya problem we say Guru ntie. Na Guru fiso de ko ba Mahmoud ba we bit ma bo an bi ba Guru amwa nti ne Legon for a disqualify Guru say madam for you don't even qualify to come here to contest any position here, so get out, we don't need you. Guru nyansa he didn't learn mo kai kwabena so ko endorse na na dan Kwaku Boahen kwabena ya bonyum yai bonyum kama pa ko endorse na na dan Kwaku Boahen na Mark Okrekumanti ebe claim say oh kwabena de no ko ball NPP party no amana grow amana ekese minim how he saw it because at now we don't even see kwabena in the music industry anymore. O kan na kwabena manager say madam for enya no kore kwabena de ball mo no we lose big time wa suffer papa among the music industry no adechi onka ho enti kwabena manager sabe reply Mark Okrekumanti say madam for asma can you don't even know what you're talking about because you dey home boy no mama chi down and then Guru hu a Guru fiso de ko boss ankrofo we a ebe mana ko ani mo nso ne Guru asafa ni faith no hu say system na nya de a ebe boa no. That is Guru's news for you. Na utu obi fo say masa baby a odo ho ko no emwa wa omuntie. That is something I think is moving forward no. Opese Ghana baby at this time Ghana ekono. The only winning team NDC ne John Dramani Mama. Uko baby a masa wa yera. You've lost the game totally. That is something yenye catch the Guru ba Guru anti. And there's the same thing ena catch the Shaolin Master. Kojo Sheldon say masa. Over NDC so the NDC diagora. You're gonna suffer a lot. So be careful with how over your argument say Hopeson won NDC for a play agoro. I want to say only NDC for ebe ye kotomami ho to agoro there. Master, definitely no, you are going to lose. So be very, 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 very careful. Enti afutu a memeti hey de ma ko je shelde enra ebino no. So beti a ono anasem se wenti a ono anasem me de makachi na bi because untimi ni NDC enkontokwa. Now moving forward no be someone to say Hopeson Abronye akobi ekosi Hopeson Abronye also on the secretary to Ochehene. Na yenko bisa say edi asem poten ena Hopeson Abronye ekae ekofa sanse mu imrai ba yefi ho a yebekwa akwaje nchire mu Hopeson Abronye ho nti mama yenko ni nti Hopeson Abronye enu musem kakra ansana yeba beti after the lawsuit and kasa so say edi ene koso
menka asem bia emfrimitim sa Agyapadie yi ya se abusuakuo bi ana atworo kwan omo befa so a Ghana Agyapadie nyina eba bedi omo ne omo ma ene omo asefo ntem ensam etinipa otworo forward anani osaye wasan oforiata ewa ha now forward no what dey hwe the first paragraph okay was say to our future made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will, Agyapadie, of a nation is being prepared. So, what say a dachi? Any nasi tra ye womu, any young kola ni nana and kanswa young wo mono. Womo adna ye yesa Agyapadie or minor Agyapadie ediama omo. So what do you to me amase e ma mesum obi se sa to me na de ma no what the ye Agyapadie Ghana Agyapadie nyina de ma nasefo and we are quiet now what say to our foremost king of Oripeni the progenies spread across this world for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. Yes, I did wait in the share of Oripeni and Munyam. Ghana 40. Hey, move careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5.
Was it currently with Nanado in total control of the whole entity of Ghana? We have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and daughters of Ochimai will be firmly secured and such control, both financially and economically, that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of Ghana. Ghana for Muntio. Memmo example say this is not a fiction.
A planet.
And it's working. Working. In the forward now, me more baby. What's it? We free 5. Now about 7, paragraph 7.
6, 7, yeah.
What's it? In doing this, we need to be strategic. We will have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in Ashanti and other diverse ethnicities or land. This would make them believe that they also have a hand in the pie. It will be obscure it will obscure any suspicion that the project is essentially an Oripeni project. This point is crucial because with electoral politics, we have to have our eyes on the numbers in the electoral process. We cannot be blatant until we are completely secured in the endeavor. It is especially so because so far, the Ashantis constitute the single most populous ethnic groups in the country. What if you're not a fictional? Then that writer, we need to look for him. Now, on prophesy on this country. Meaning, we remember body natural. The writer no more body Madame Fupa.
You are sure Agyapadie book no.
Madame Fupa, we remember body natural. As we are moving on, remember body natural. One of the abonidin, one of the co-writers in the Ade. One more didn't remember the technical team led by DM Oforiata should further evaluate the following details in order to choose the appropriate site. Galamsey. According to this book, Omuwo 332 Galamsey companies. Nina, are you a? Okay. Womuni. Womuna Shishana. The Northern Gold Coast Enterprise. So and so. Amanfi East. Wasa Amanfi East. Wofa say Takwa in Shoyom Municipal. Just say every district they are there. Christian in Zima East. Omachi chomu jinagum. Eti one catcher say Galamsey bitwazie. Share Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. Ya call registered company no abrochiri. And here they buy a same rofu bi neba be hweso amai. One who dey ebo ha.
Oforiata.
Dabi
Hey, azanti me dey to.
O say o make sure. Say something many nyina akoso. Ana parliament Parliament board mugala we. Enye sanka ye mineral resources eyi bia wo mo jijibia e kwa busuan babo. How can we live in a country like this? How can we live in the country like this? No more catch a grade Japan, more cafe Japan, above Adam. No more kind of mobile. Say Alan, ever be take over. They should try and then bypass him. Yanko for being free enough. Abum. Bibio Muka book in Mubia, abum. And they say, Obi Netina need them church was idea way. Emmanuel Bar out 2019. Now after 2020 election. Samuel me say, let us look for the person. Let us look for that person. Oh, me boy, Mr. DM Oforiata.
All right. Enti, we in a cofa asem ebre yere Hopeson Abronye. Edina okoboye no. Eno, ena nipa corona, ono so on the secretary to Ochenhene no. On the eka nipa na eka. That is the message about out the secretary to Ochenhene asi Hopeson Abronye amount of sikabi say waboni din say on the tro Agyapadie document ntino wasi Hopeson Abronye. Na eno ana Hopeson say masa ene mutiate on the moment court. Na phone recordings are me we nyina me de beba. The Hopeson asen de omo na yenko bi say Hopeson say eye nokure say Ochenhene secretary na asiwo anas eye hwan Hopeson be ma yenchirimu ni nyina abusuafo o ma yenko
that me courage me be am lawyer ye be but they make sure say Agyapadie no nsem na wo mu ne de ye be ka fu asem amaga na bibia tv abi nyina ya we edi de kai ka ho in Agyapadie buku no 332 Galamsey companies inside there. Nam yakwayemu 82 no.
Okay.
Davi put wadena right. Or for a penny fee farming court.
Okay.
Eti rate na bida wanimu kan ye.
Eno Dani Oforiata.
A branch friend Daniel Mafo Oforiata. Ene de makokot enye
ogina ahwan ya namu wadawruma
ozai
onu aka na do kwa na so ogina ahwan namu
wonjina obi namu o se wonno
okay
o se wonno ana badi femu no
okay
be eye buka eye public eye document eye public tikaje ama foka document you macha na manfo aka ho asem ma monitor ana say adi ada bedi manu ko tu mu enti bedi manu tu mu no ana asans packet the national debate e koso sabrewe na wo shabuku no mu a Abranche the din ana me refer to the din e wo book no.
That's sir ebetimi abasa nyi ono nko ana de say din no.
On the say on the saw the cockot. I don't know how much say fake and no media. And they also the cockot. Tell they drew on one. Ya coca wasem. Adabewa. You see, eti was say what the very cockota, very problem. And ra, Bensaka rate. With their mother lawyers. Yeah, you juma. Ya be file appearance. Nafi ya twaso.
Now, I think
it's an opportunity for Ghanaians to know something about this document. Because very dear, sir, a court. I told you, young court to Nasa Montu Echo. You have a court to have a kayasem. But I want to put on record to say, Ubianti means Engunami and Kamanun Tum. That was that document in front. We are going to discuss it. We are going to analyze it. To the kingdom come, sir. You be who says no, and no see. How? Sir, you better not say. Now, allegedly, no nipa de se ni beti matenasi abo mutrimupo. Sir, Ghana Agyapadie ye. Edia to your money, your nana no more against the job population of this country. How? And people are quiet. Me pieces of investigations are my Opa ma o producer and call me Facebook or Hopeson Abronye.
Now, my question we document who the one. Yes, there are many versions. Who the one on second day? Now, yeah, version 1 and version 2 and version 3.
Maybe they are no revised one in 2020.
We are there who's a revised one.
He said, maybe I've got say, and maybe I make us a more Kwaku for.
Are they?
Mona gets a multi scrutinizing this document very well. Share Memediano offer book no honoma. Bush any be crowded. Resume go away. What your formula with it? Check. Oshas the word my bones are restricted. At the top right corner, I don't know, say, who will be a only be a Metimas and a stock opinamon. Now, over down. The left side, no down, crano. Yachro eho AD 2020. So it's telling you that the year, a year now, more than a year side. Now, who say, Unkophobi the America, Anna, a ye, a book about 2016, a then APSA, a womb, and in a kaiga, or money or mocha. Me busiani bini makata or confirm all the a year they were a year. What are they? Why not say or cancer say you what fresh and I don't know and then no crack and the mimi GD I didn't hear Kaga. And what was that here? Not say book no crowd or original book na a bar fashion. That dino yata say. I said, saying some of the people of Portugal. Who did have a trick? Maybe as I say, at the time, the NBA as I see radio, no, I don't see any. That confirm me, I don't know. I don't change document from as I say to Agyapadie. As I see radio, Madame, because over guy.
But me question is say.
Never. My main developer in the disappointed.
Okay.
Say, won't I? As I see radio bar before 2020.
Okay.
Huh? And I have chance on Agyapadie LLC. Still, I have chance on Agyapadie LLC certificate. I will call register with Jesse. Now, original name no ye Assassin Royalties Limited. I know Moko changing to 2020 August. Let's change from Assassin Royalties Limited to Agyapadie Royalty Limited.
Obi so argument ni say. Book no. The entire anya many versions no. Nipa bi wo ho a wo mabo omutrim. BBC ya no ma shada akoye.
Listen to me. What say would be muasem and wa frame na mitro muti listen to me.
Exam bisa ho question na assembly biba.
Certificate Agyapa LSD. Woman de call parliament say parliament approve na woman na be je your midnight royalties gina no mama by the no mama hifu bina company so afa bi no. The kita certificate no bi anko me Facebook wall. E dey ato Wamukoko changed in August 2020 from Assassin royalties to Agyapa royalties. Agyapa book here was revised in 2020 from Assassin to Agyapadie. What are you talking about? Now, I'm not going to 2 foot home money. Mama phone to 2 foot home money. And the time you die, you know, you got a 170 acre. Now, you can't say as proceeds to be a best provider, or and it's going to give Ghana the opportunity. Now, you're a year room. What you sad year back up pay way, my shed that I'm the way back up pay at 12 thing. People to get it, analyze it. Me, my lawyer, actually. And the court say laws and you hold the mono. But most directors are what behind the and but share by Netflix, may sabota names, you know. That Mammy Musso said, they said the echo court in the document in Wasam Mokoka defamation was him. What say? The echo court in the Salmon Coca document was a Mokoka defamation was him. That I know of you who is you near the one in them. I know you who's doing it in one of them. Diana, defamation. And your book was of the defamation. But there be a almost book. No, oh, not a ticket. Okay. So, Beccadia, too. Beccadia, other rate to the dinner, one guy. There be written in the many patch. I see. I never thought you about no kind. No, I say, in the edge. They say, what dear, where I am at there. Way at least a Bema Ghana for whom we are made. It's all we are doing. A Bema Ghana for whom we are made. Look, we are going to fight for this country. Then transit. Emma Bushaba Cope, and Fadana, Agyapadie. Then transit. And series of a year, everybody. Look, say Ghana. Assemble, and I will say yes. Sir. Some system for Bona or market cash. I don't want you to know Musu. I don't know. Do you anymore? Information in Naba. They said, but they can maybe I'm medical back to Hodum. Maybe are to Facebook. People should know this document. It's secret to that baby. Yes, I said. Jimmy young people for Jimmy, me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
All right, NT Hopeson Adoye throw the first missile. Akofa company registration. The original name was Asase. The original name was Agyapadie royalties. And along the point, yakwasa said Dino, I Asase royalties. Inti Hopeson say it do her and ambehu. Hopeson say we the first missile and awato. Other proof be a video and audio recordings and phone conversations also the baba. Inti wow so the ope. Now the Hopeson akọ court no ye kwa akọ he. Na we mu na Kevin Taylor eti ho no say Hopeson me tu fu say nkrofo pese omukun. You did not believe me. Enti Kevin Taylor eba be chirem ankasa. Actually Hopeson enema e course behind the scene. na se Hopeson pa onji ni openso a manage ni yenko na Kevin Taylor with his loud silence media, and I said with all due respect no ono so ma enchire mu bi other media so epic ye yenso ye ba be bo akwase na fide yenye enchire mu ni bi mhe
Agyapadie abusua no e the strategy foforo ba and ochihene aka che the secretary say secretary ni nkọ court say ono ochihene no so odi nanim kwa nkofo be hu se Agyapadie no nanim na da so no eye no kore nti ochihene ayi nanim e the man the secretary Emma the secretary, the media general, any day, Hopeson Abronye kojina court say almost 10 million Ghana. Adentra, Hopeson Abronye any media general for abe discussing Agyapadie buku no ewo TV so. Emma wo enemy yetie. Now afi wo ti asieba. Now obi be hu say oh, where they say a court keke na omudi Hopeson Abronye ko any media general. Ma men kyerɛ the strategy behind this. Now Sandy Pa also oye secretary to eyedien amwotio for repenyini a ode assembly court no monhwe court document ma menkyerɛ ade bi nipa na ode assembly court ye friend Daniel Mafo Ofori Ata ono na se oye amwotio for repenyini secretary na ma menkyerɛ trick bi won sa abrantie we ono ene de Hopeson Abronye akɔ court ma me enlarge no omo nyina the same kokoro dangerous ma sem abeyifo sa abrantie we ene so ono na ye amwotio for repenyini eye abu akwahene no one na any secretary Hopeson Abronye na metunufo a ontie metunufo a omekuno sama ka kire Hopeson omubekun oto odidi matem say me ma me bi friend Teresa me ma me friend Teresa ena papa Lebanese ni ena afibia wo chenyi cushion sade endien abrochire bola omubekun untie mefutuo oyire obaye widow obekọ San Francisco so okoye ne to obi di bewom yetufo a wonte we have a cancer. Oyire beko California say okoyeshe de tonaba aye ni ye obi de beginem Wejimi Hopeson me tuufo yo mbe am na cancer Kevin Taylor. Now this is the guy so ufa eye Agyapadie book na sa akoye a ode Hopeson Abronye any media general akokort ni di wom na anim role o play e book nim on se be din card ni din a kire mo your friend no Daniel Mafo Ofori Ata. Now on Agyapadie book no page 21. Now mami reading chiro mo yetumfo amonte mami reading page 21 na men chiro abrante na so de Hopeson Abronye mo akokort no mami chiro ni bobre who ready every 2.1 the party the youth and women's wing of our party remains our weakest link. Every effort must therefore be made to get our national organizer to fill in the gap. Same applies to getting Asla to assist the women's wing. The substandard tag on Nana B or Nana Boachi seems to be a perfect description of who he is, per the earlier assessment made by DM Ofori Ata, co-writers of the August 2019 report. Sa book no mo chano for repenyi fie no. Sa amwetio for repenyi secretary no omo no lead the writing of the book. He is a co-writer of the book. Ain't he? The co-writer of the book who represent Amwetia today has taken Media General and Hopeson Abronye to court. These people are dangerous. They are bad people. Now, I'm going to show you why they have taken this decision. Why I'm waiting for the penny Akoshe, the co-writer of the book, to say, the Hopeson Abronye, any Media General, court. Don't just see it, say, the Media General court. There is a twist to it. I'm sure what there. They want to gag every media house from discussing Agyapadie book. And no. See, sir, this thing you are seeing on the screen, say, Ochihene, ana ebuakwa hene, edi Hopeson Abronye ni TV3 Echo Court. The omo pese omo ye ne say, omo pese omo di ehu, eshe Ghana media houses ni nyina emu, especially omo willing to discuss no, Send ye be ya obie ni wa obe ready Agyapadie book no radio so TV so. And that is their modus operandi. That is what they have done since they came to power. Mamembusa question be. Na yente ha. Ena KKD ekotena Joy News. E discussi Agyapadie detailing. Use very straight, emphatic and unprintable words. Obo obia o book ni di ewe Agyapadie. So why didn't they sue KKD? KKD was on multimedia, and not just multimedia. He has been on several media houses. He's spoken on Agyapadie book. He has analyzed and broken down the codes. Why didn't the secretary to Ochehene sue KKD, but mysteriously and surprisingly decided to sue only Hopeson and TV3? Because the idea is not to find anything that will benefit Ghana. The idea is to gag the whole Ghana media. Were we not here? And
that is Kevin's position on this document. Na mubakaya wadi kaya kansen bebre achire Hopeson. But it seems Hopeson enshedenti ena boboba. Enti sa papaya ode Hopeson akogina court achire won so ono na ye Ochehene secretary minim so ono na de man who say media na de say di ni man or whatever no. Ni di apie Agyapadie document no. Ni di apiem. Enti Hopeson was actually reading portion of document in a bo papa ni dino. So, but I have no idea why he sent Hopeson to court. But defamation ain't easy to win. Maybe minim I just say be the omo de koma unanimous 7 unanimous 9 be there. But yes document in a kita Hopeson a public document. And if a whole nation will be a discussing document in a I don't even know why you can take somebody to court. Because Hopeson could not court no so as a public document. I found the document out and we were just discussing it on radio. I don't know any serious judge or find it Hopeson guilty of Sadi where I say 10 million Ghana cedis in amount. But anyway, that is how it's gonna go. But your channel 1 hour with Munufi live on YouTube. Inti maybe when you can be an me subscribe to the channel. Na fide nsempana ako. We are live Monday to Friday. Time be 5 p.m. Ghana time. That is when I make my presentation. And I mentioned that in near time how we just present issues as it is. Inti so we follow the channel for so longer. That is how we be doing things. If I show others, it go harder. But here we are a bit softer and we take our time to go through. Hopeson joining the live stream, so we have our WhatsApp line beneath our screen. I'll be to me joining now only a commander boom. That is how we've been doing it. Until another say Tambia, you couldn't get it.
Jimmy young people for Jimmy, me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
All right, in the honorable Ohene Ejapon, honorable Ohene Kennedy Ejapon, and I say Kennedy Ohene Ejapon, anusi no. Na enra me kan se maame abrewa bi kan se me kire nanado. Nti mo yenko yenti abrewa nsem no. Pa chotie ni ye.
Ya plan si ya mamudia and ye boy who naked. Ye boy who naked. Ye boy who the ja. Ye boy the ja. Ye be ye check. Ye check ye be yatoso. Ye chefufu ni chakoko ni chokintu ni nada. Ye yatoso wa ha. Many other pa. Na na kufuado. So I'm wed and ye baba and kraho. Ye boy who adeja. Yabaho. And ye adabachini janidano.
All right. If I told him I'm never one and say okay. Was it near Mo here no? Send a no kufuado anya. Some mammy abroad can ye mean to me so. But I ought to my mammy abroad pa abasiriwa. A very serious. But you tell ye.
Ya plan si ya mamudia and ye boy who naked. Ye boy who naked. Ye boy who the ja. Ye boy the ja. Ye be ye check.
Kai atija.
Jimmy young people for Jimmy, me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
Hey, for seven doors. But sometimes I just be yesterday. Yes, I got and seven. I better what part me can't answer when you President Kufuor. That answer when Nando and I say, oh, moon, papa. Then a member when you know, I say, you be here, Eddie, Coronado, because the idea, you put another near my hey, and another. What didn't say about? And some, but now, ever be so yesterday, Nianquity, Napo, and a John Wodu.
Na say Juma asam na ye ka new patriotic party programs are ye die gu ho no ebedu baabi no ye be kran gofo afiama no ne no ma be ye Juma ho Ghana
na Dr. Baumia be Ghana no ama ye chekraba ko kredi pa bia ba fa betra ama sa ne ho afiaye
I didn't see was another one. John Bodu say policies and programs are nanado dan Kwaku Boahen any ba o mia de egu akwan mu no ye be kra nipa firama no ne abaye adwuma Ghana ha Ghana fo hu bi da minim time as promise na beba so Ghana fo esu ene unemployment rate as skyrocketed to over 14%. Emabu nya adwuma nye. Then surprisingly no NPP for ko yi Matthew Poku Prempa fene na po as running mate. Na po so be kind the same thing say policies and programs on de gu akwan mu no. Ebedu ba bi no ye be kra nipa abaye adwuma Ghana. Am say ana nya Ghana me minim ya asem na ye kan. Ba cho e bia na ye Ghana foforo bi. Wow, we no betima chere me Ghana kro. Because me hu Ghana kra ye kan no. John Bodu as well kind amaso. But then how comes Napo is repeating the same words? John Bodu kaya obiye hu baby kro John Bodu nafa. John Bodu can say we will call election na pa olusu ye. Napo ashase aka the same thing until you know the results. You know the answer ever. Napo lead them to opposition. But when you look at Napo's posture or the can asema, e pa cho yengo ti Napo ni entie asema John Mama aka chere Napo.
What was that in Humawi? A friend Agyapadie. That writer.
Kwame Nkrumah no. That's your Kwame Nkrumah.
Oh, you're for sure. Oh, you're dead gold.
Otunfo said you are arrogant.
Now, Papa,
he can't hide the arrogance. You can insult me. Nkrumah's ghost would have knocked him down.
This is the worst president we have seen.
I say, what the Nkrumah sama idea go Nkrumah sama be power so much to be binti say ne what that sorry na say na poor kampoma e Kwame Nkrumah na be bubu ne go ho. And the put was say John Mama ye akase we John fo no. Oh, e asemo. Na pupa anyway, I'm fancy Ghana mabuo no ba bi e dia mabuo no adu no. Eno an ne ken Japan we kan.
Nkwasiafo pa ma Jimmy MPP for Jimmy me who be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
Because that is the reason why I'm not going to Napo. Now, going Napo, say Napo, a major and na say Napo, any moment in Napo, Benny Biano Casa, a bomb. You see, the Rollins boom no, echo representing Napo, because Napo, no opportunity be a bomb noto. He doesn't say any serious thing. That is how Napo is becoming. No, pap, that's true. Napo is becoming so useless. He said, oh, the near here, and we are here, and that is why NPP for her son, I said in Napo, Aqua partner. Senia, Minia, I got my lizard on the more body to no sasa. And the guru, the Kwaku Boahen Punches Abronye guru, who disqualified. Guru, I did this and put me the tea and the mouth. Hey, me the tea and the mouth. Hey, but me have the tea and the mouth. Guru and because I see and the when Timmy and some. They go for a pump guru say man, for get out. You don't qualify. We want to come push also by PS as a president. You know my dear here. Was it a 50-year-old man doesn't know how to talk? Yes, that's true. Because Napo, I don't know, say Napo has a problem with how to communicate and how to talk. And to just NPP for no, if you're Napo, and NPP for Ghana for because every day I've been saying say the moment you be about ballot papers, that person has a likelihood of becoming president, maybe 40 or 50%. Because Ghana happens to be president, you need 50% plus one. Inti Napoleon Baumia 50%, John Dramani Mama 50%, you're paying 1% in the account. But the question is, I want to say, what that when you now president Bawumia, now vice Nepoa, how happy will you be? That is the chance. But let me just explain myself again. Maybe you might not understand what I'm trying to mean. Any moment, Obama will beat about ballot paper, so no, depend on a chance of winning. Let's assume say you be a ballot. No, we don't go file it. No, put file it. Your mama file no be a file it. I can't debate me. I got to ba. Me can't say bomb side. Surprisingly, something happens. Then all these people die, leaving Ekweadonko alone. Automatically, Ekweadonko becomes the president of Ghana. What I say? Because we file it. I go through all the formalities, and then the die day, the die minute, everybody kicks out. Be a case my withdraw me could be they keep or Baba your president. And the question maybe I want to say, what that thing when now president and Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, vice president in a poor when he beji. But you bit much comment. I feel the actual command boom. That is something we need to be discussing because sometimes you may be thinking, say, I could have been a yedu man, but before you realize, none man echo. That is something we need to be searching. In Ghana, sometimes I agree with those who say it was easy, na juma ye. Na wa makwan amani paduduro binum amami rem because some people do not qualify or accept your money say they come into the system and the problem ne baba. But what's over one to pay? Eda kwa na for the office. And you munyi na kwa dan kan ho. Na na do. But that in Ghana for us lie say masa ya juma pa man yesa ayeko. And that is something that is why we keep on saying say about Ayekwe. If you really want John Dramani Mahama to win there, then you need to start to campaign massively. We need to start to work a lot. Send beya ebema mufo na hu say John Mahama bit ma boy Juma na mai. Wow. Say anyane sa na ye jai the governance no kwa de share criminals ne some unkurufo some corrupt people in Ghana can never develop. That is something we need to be talking about. Until you share with young Kubia, then you discuss with them, say, hey, let's do this thing. That is how we need to be doing. And yes, I had an opponent NPP fund, they keep on deceiving people because I want to community and Mabunine Maya or Nana Po, Ebe Jino when Nimbe Kas Hasim Wichira, one here in Padodona Bejedi.
Na say Juma Asam na yeka New Patriotic Party programs are ye dear gu hono ebedu baby no ye be kran konfo fiama no ne no ma be ye adwuma wo Ghana
na Dr. Bawumia be Ghana no ama ye chekrama ko kredi pa bia ba fa betra ama sa ne ho efia.
So what I say it is omoko hie obi a onim so maka sansem we dada no man timi anya ho adwuma Obnadwin be ne say senior na pokan that is the policy of the big work because you to about mama eno bituma be adwuma obi anya adwuma ye to the extent say Ghana no be kra nipa afira manone abaye adwuma ha. That is why we need to be exposing them to Mr. Ushia Obia expose these people and then let them know the deceptive kind of group of criminals are omabasa ombeje Ghana ko miana siso because Obia adwin say pese boni ewadi no eto obete onim se tote a ene de nim gwase be ndi kwan bi e obofa so obekata ne to bia no ofa so akata ne to and that is something we need to be preventing. That is why I that tie ne abetena se ne ye kasa ne ye cheche ne we do research before we come on top. Obi o ha na adwen say oh sorry ya na watwe camera si we na kasa dabi. You need to dig down deep and do a lot of research and say na wa ba be hunu because me tie say me kasa John Mahama can become the next president of Ghana. Now wa be yejma Ghana ama Ghana. I need to understand one first, John Mahama first. Now me tie the policies and programs. Me tie say we are. Now I go compare the opponent and also there. Then I come to make my conclusion out of it. That is why I'm going to say John Mahama ne bit my boy Juma Ghana. And that is why we keep on preaching say yen to ba na John Dramani Mahama. Because Bawumia is so empty, say he can never develop Ghana. We need plan, we need strategy. And I was saying, for be onim kasa akoraka now. And this say yeah, international conference. Be na say Bawumia nti yanko. No man na puso onko dia ene Ghana yewu. itiate because bekono odi paper shi na nima ontimi nkan uja so mfana adwen so nkan enyeye enti say no vice president na ogina Ghana okura ka twi common twi kura na ontimi nka manyansane bi antena say ontimi nkan convince nyansane enti uja ne so onko gina international community nim enko represent Ghana ufise den na ode kwa ba guma ne nim asike asen ba. That is why we are fighting, because so we as leaders you choose someone for now we are see problems in everybody no do na leadership. And yes, citizen we know the problems we are seeing no do na leaders in their cause problems because we are electing people like they don't even fit to be called president or becoming MPs or something like that. Imagine say what now MP in the po. If it's a day no bit my amount. It's Ghana MP. And in the pool. Into constituency in intimate developer because that man doesn't even respect you. And onim kasa onim how to convince even any reasonable man. So bit me say me party wendi adi we ma me ontimi convince you be asa. Inti I was say ye try say ye pese Ghana developer there we need to start to choose the right leaders or represent one minor one kasa obenya leader so be hu say nipa we there or ye correct obit me kanya sasama kire nipa enye the kind of leaders or kotena buruchi ko Ghana beyond aid hona no start sanji aid Ose Ghana ya murombosia nso abrobosia che obi a Ghana osan bisa ne say edin na bosia na wabo no mode ya ose masi agenda 111 ebi wo hia ose obukum enti and the NPP aban kwa na esi hospital obukum but in reality exist. Are you ready? So we must improve your leaders and I said that is something we need to be checking. Me pa cho yankwane yankwe Kwaku Boahen ene Abronye DC a omdisi ani
Kwaku to adwire ne kura no a wa ya udina kwato a to ba cheche nkrofo magum allegedly no na ti come anti green ban na chance so ba wi obi ba to ba wi Kwaku nyansa na program Kwaku ba cheche nkrofo magum no ba na Kwaku jabucha ma
so NPP party no omakoye 7 krofobia asa adwen no e wo fom adwen no wo fom because we menu Kwame Bafo Abronya oye bono regional chairman of NPP the way this man even opens his mouth and talk she will say adwen no e wo fom he is basing his argument e wo court document bia obi se wono aye secret recording of NDC mpanyifobia e do makogina court. That is why he is saying say Kwaku Boahen akasa obechichi nkrofo waka sanse mu ya ka Ghana ni bia anje wonde enti when Abronye is basing his argument on TV that was sanse mu ya you could see the level of thinking he has and so Abronye yedena koka say Ghana minim say dey yamani post bi kura I know our board member the Ghana Energy Commission was saying Epacho yanto so 19 nsema Abronye ne Kwaku Boahen na omoko ntokwa
chichi nkrofo ai na usanya nyansa ka Kwaku Boahen na chama me wadwini ya Kwame bafo corruption bi na fu ba wi obi ba Kwame we ya mama so me corruption we Kwame ya kromfo chen bia Dabi da ye me kasa ba ni Joanna me boa ya hwefo hwe no ene epagifo enim say Dabi obi ani atam
so you see Abronye e woto good madam I say na say nipa way Abronye look at how he's opening his mouth and even talk na ya paja way akwa board member of TOR as a Ghana no ye the Ghana e bo chaskele to achozo nim chaskele ye the Ghana e go topere Abronye argument ne say obi the fake recording e de Kwaku Boahen mako gina court ntina Abronye say because of that corruption. But you can't the word corruption when Abronye nankasa kwan entiase. Ghana no baby ya kwaduru no. Eno na no babo kana Ghana ya fall so low say even your phobia everywhere they we give them position say masa okay baby ya do no enim see ya continue there so ko peska ni bi na di. Me ba cho yanto aso ni ntin tokwa no. O e bia otie kwa o bete tokwa na say.
Ni pa ni tie me me makoma kasai. Me na me host of the show. It is a more come out kasa. Obema me pere mane kasa. Sase bi okasa bi ne tie me kwame.
How dey aka na nyansa be na le o.
Kwaku nya bocha.
Wo wi ankrofo maton. Satama na do betra kunya so no ka tire Ghana fo nyina no tap map. Send this in call fo nyina o be cho matom. Which hunting. Any brain what time. Enya mamu obi no omubu. Do mo pese omo ya ne se omo mankofo hunu se omo tuketa se ne proyase. Okofa special prosecutor de buy.
Kwaku Boahen nyina ne se. Nanado pese ojeli NDC phobia under his administration for nothing. Wakofa special prosecutor ba. Special prosecutor be seen there aponche koda ontimenche no. One kasa wa dada special prosecutor say on do ma so benye problem with John Domini mama. Special prosecutor so say there's nothing wrong with your mama. And then you people keep on saying that mon tis asemina say. What is wrong with you?
You know as infamous any. Ontimi fo bia nkoko to tumi nti obi antom. Even MPP fo no ka to oba ono mu bedie no. Ope document kura wonya. Nakata asese ne proye abaso e we aban we mu bi esiga na ha. Ebi si da on record even Nanado enua be ma wa ye minister for finance. E kwa brochire kwa jisika kakraka bi. E ma shaje ka kire nte kwan ofa to jisika nya papa. Keta asese ne proye. Ye de court enso ye hunu de esi ye. E be prem ne nkana Nanado obi a opeto otu keta asese ne proye a ko tu sa papa na ojisa papa na. Otla wa say KGLG KVLG ya omo ye minister of communication dream kakraka omo din wo ho.
Kakwe.
Dream kakraka omo din wo ho. E be prem ne e tenke ma me ne to. E be prem ne Nanado nua no nti o da so te ho a odi
me was Supreme Court the highest
so na me patch no
judgment
say what te ho na won call a omo ebu o man no keta se ene pro ye ni se and so we say secretary se ne pro ye ni se kadie and am say what to nya so ti asa na mo organ ha nyina asa to organ ha nyina e be institution ni nyaduma na yes ya e fa so na oto
me da say
sika ya afan kofo nsam me da say e bi sika na ada
Kwaku back to the na me ka no so no ye nua ba Francis Esiam ye ma me kire say
ne ho ye
pa
NPP4 and Tiomo say about the Airbus. Opportunity be open, they keep on referring to Airbus. And so there is nowhere in the Airbus document a chance obi aje bribe in Ghana. No. I said brofu kan kura no mankasa kan kura omon scientist here. And am kwa decide we am two special prosecutors in obi aso anya hwemfiri ho. To the sense Abronye no no kofa na Airbus asem kura ba yan se case no kwa no no hu se bibia anim a cancel issue no. Ozo te Ghana say Airbus. Sometimes you asempa ni.
Board me pacho sasema wo kan no ye YouTube before ye no mo hwe ye ni onu ye bia
na board na dance in the board chairman
it is a bibi bana say bia ye bibi bana say bia omo ye bibia fa YouTube ye
na dance in the board chairman
YouTube munyi mu free way
na ukwaku kwame
wacheche nkrofo masie nti munyi mu free YouTube munyi mu way wacheche nkrofo masie nti YouTube munyi mu free odina court nkra yira nyina wona wiya wo ye kromfo
metsiu
Abuja for Ghana adanya rehosem Ghana na adanya rehosem one say media men nya no omo ye hu they are cowards they don't Ghana minim say media kura Ghana minim because kofa kwa misifa kan ya etua ne ka Paul Adomo chere etua ne ka uko UTV etua omo ka bibia etua omo ka even bloggers e Ghana kwa etua omo ka so they even fear to say the truth and that is the problem I say Ghana na ye nya. And this I mean, no way and can one mom until one go at the channel and go down to the people on be deceive almost because media for all kind of requirement then they are supporting those who are telling the lies. Sana Ghana na kwa kwaye. And that is how we're gonna do today. Me pacho bisa for the basic ha and there. Yeah, of course, no, but was it their own payroll? That is it. In this Takashi is what they've been doing. Because we be home betting me Obia advancement, Obia Jiska, they are all on government payroll. All of them, they are on government payroll. And they have nothing to talk about and they have nothing to say. Sano munyi na omaye. Ubia Jiska. Let's do well and then make sure that we get John Dramani Mama to power. Send a bear team. We need to the reason why we want John Mama to come back to power. That is something we all need to be doing.
Jimmy MPP for Jimmy, me will be stupid people. I don't know why I belong to that political party.
All right. Enti medibesi wa ha Rusan for medi any William Munufi amankona nyame yadoma Monday. We'll be back on the show na yasan aboasi ho. Enti memobia happy weekend. So weekend si ya na October say wow obedin sa kakra na wa hwe na kakra. Wow we kwa clap and so na hwe ni so we kwa asore so a you make sure say we all pray together. Say be betimi atontum ye ready abom wow ye kremoni so no but your obompa ya now the be akai Ghana. Now the be so akai His Excellency John Dramani Mama. Meda obibia ase medin ene William Munufi amankona nyankopon ene wontena we can see bye bye
wo de wa no fe fire ho wo to ye mrade isa ye ma otumia o meyi mu beye de ya brabo beye fe ne nupe no ama ya pa be ye bie ye pro hiama ya kwa be papa wo sikanso ni medi hia o okoje si chana wa breye mponyo no amemu oboni esi konto bohini we hu fitempo ayese koko ona wo beka semno ya sha won funu mumma timemu fu na je brehi dollar bako sidi timinto drobo ayede driver timinto ready for kwanso so awon timinko kakra ye bedie su boys timinto kenye sambi na manmo kwesi ya re hunyum bina ashe makume mu mama ye enyo do hunyum na mitwo kwesi ya re hunyum bina ashe makume muma da ye kota tu she eni broye umrebe so ye betu se bare mudi ye din koje besia na moni mabusia fu abeche ye kwan no nya wo se ye ka na enye my can was in quite a new soon idea until we refuse to go down no ebubu. Yeah. You belly fool where they kill you. So corruption